What do we got here today, chat? What do we got here today? What's up, guys? It's your boy AdrianGames or Adrian Reacts, whatever you want to call it, back in the building. And today we are going to be reacting to everything about the EDP 445 documentary just got exposed. Did y'all get to see that long documentary? I didn't see the whole thing, but I saw like a good chunk of it. And it was interesting, you know what I'm saying? And bro, it was crazy, bro. It was a little crazy. I didn't watch the full thing though and whatnot, but I got the gist of it. So before we get started into this reaction, bro, I want you guys to comment down below, leave a like, subscribe, and let me know what else you guys want to see me react to. Check out my socials. Without any further ado, we're gonna get started into this reaction because I don't want to leave y'all here any much longer.
Okay, twin, I think it's finally time for us to talk about this EDP 445 documentary because I'm not gonna lie, this was one of the craziest watches I've had in a very long time. This is the most candid version of EDP I've had to witness, because if you didn't grow up on the internet or you didn't witness EDP when he first got exposed, but for the longest time he would always deny what he got caught doing. He would always deny the fact that he was a well, I mean, he's still denying the fact that he's a but in this documentary he is very open with the fact that he is attracted.
What do y'all think about EDP 445 and how do you like how did you discover him? Because there's people that saying stuff like they always knew who he was before that. Like there's people that knew who he was before he even got exposed, but there's people that was saying that they didn't even know who he was until it happened. Let me know in the comments how you found out about him or when that shit happened. I think I was like still in elementary school and I had a friend who used to watch him, or I don't know if he used to really watch him or if he just watched the clips and the memes, but he would show me the memes and stuff like that. EDP wasn't even funny to me. Like I'll be watching these clips and I'll be like, bro, that's not even really funny. It's just not my type of style. And he would always glaze this dude. He would always glaze this dude. But then one day it comes out that like you know, he was a pedophile and whatnot. And yeah, my homie stopped watching. He was like disappointed in a way, but I was noticing that a lot of people don't even know who EDP is. Like, what if they do know who he is? It's usually because of the drama that came out like later on. They don't really know. Like, people know who he is and what he did on YouTube, but like, bro, a lot of people didn't even watch his content or even know what he did on his content.
The fact that he is attracted to young girls and girls that are under the age of 18.
Oh, hell
but
no.
That's not the only thing that I want to talk about in this video, because everybody knew that EDP was a creep and a predator even prior to him getting on camera and admitting it himself. What I also want to talk about is just how incompetent these YouTube predator catchers are, because with a cameo from Kayla Hoskins, she reveals just how evil some of these YouTube predator catchers can be, namely Donut Man Jadion. But if this tea interests you, twin, you might as well come and tap in. Comment for the algorithm. All right, twin. So the first
thing with y'all, bro. Can y'all leave some comments down below right now for the algorithm? It'll be really nice, man. Thank you so much, man. Respect.
I want to discuss in this video is just how candid EDP has been with the fact that he is attracted to underage girls. And like I said in the intro, throughout the years, EDP would go on to deny it or talk around it. And that was obviously because he was trying to avoid a conviction and he was trying to avoid getting into jail. But somehow Mike Klum got him to admit to all of this on camera, and he even would admit to this while talking to Chris Hansen, which is where I want to start at.
Why did you go to that location? What did you think was...
Like, that is crazy. You got to talk to the man himself, bro. Like, oh my God. This dude used to do these child predator catches, like, and now you sitting in front of him, bro. And it sounded like, bro, in a documentary, bro, it sounded like EDP wasn't really phased. Like, he was like, man, like, the dude asked EDP, so he was beating yo while texting this girl, and this dude's gonna say like, yeah, I was like that's what I said, right? I'm like, dang, man. I feel like, I don't want to, like, if y'all didn't watch it, I don't want to spoil it for you. But in the documentary, he pretty much said that, like, he hit up a lawyer and the lawyer went and, like, did what they could do, hit up police stations. And apparently, like, the way that EDP was interviewed and the way that they tried to set up this, like, sting operation to get him, like, thrown into jail, that's what messed up the whole little thing in the first place. That's why he didn't get, bro, I keep forgetting to change the camera. Yeah, that's literally why he didn't go to jail, because like they kind of like messed shit up, and so legally like they couldn't do nothing about it. Really, there's things that EDP did that they could, like, what's it called, convict him for, but as far as like that whole little thing that, you know, went down on the internet, they can't do nothing to him for that. That's what I heard. What are y'all thoughts about that, if that's true? Oh yeah, bro, and I'm gonna try to, like, you know, start switching my cameras like this and start doing that more, because bro, every time I like just try to edit it through my OBS or no, through my Premiere Pro, it always comes out blurry. And I know y'all know what I'm talking about. It comes out very, very blurry, bro. Like, ain't nobody trying to see all that.
Going to happen.
I showed up to that location that day.
I think this is the part right here.
Obviously meet up with an underage girl. You know what I mean? And I guess you can say trying to have, I don't know. I mean, whatever.
You trying to have sex with a 13-year-old girl?
For the most part, yep.
And I just want to start by saying I really recommend that you guys watch this documentary for yourself on your own time, because when I first seen this, my mouth was just wide open. Even in the trailer, I was just really surprised.
Yeah, bro, if y'all are on my video right now and y'all didn't even watch the documentary, you don't got to get off this video, but I highly recommend you go do that so you know the context and you're not just like yapping things on some arrogant stuff. So yeah, go watch that documentary. Go at least go watch like 30 minutes to an hour of it. You're gonna get the gist. But yeah, bro, that was a crazy documentary. That was a crazy documentary. And then like the part where, like, we'll talk about that because
to see that EDP was talking about all of this so casually throughout
exactly,
the documentary. EDP just has this very like nonchalant attitude towards the fact that he was trying to victimize a child. And keep in mind, bro, part of the reason why he's free is because Alex Rosen botched his catch. So when you hear about all
that's what I was just saying
he's committed, when you hear about all the things that EDP himself is admitting to, keep Alex Rosen in your mind.
And then in the documentary, people over here like painting him out to be like a supervillain. How? That dude can't, bro. He can't even run for 10 seconds on a treadmill. Y'all gonna call him a supervillain? How is he? I guess because he didn't get arrested. But shoot, if the police were to approach him and he tried to get away, that dude's not going nowhere. I don't know what made people think that he was actually like built like that. Y'all making him out to be like he's like the Joker or something, bro. Like, come on, bro. Are y'all kidding me?
Because this guy wants to go on social media and moral grandstand people because he is protecting the kids. Yes, he does good work now, but this is one of the most monumental failures in his career. And in my personal opinion, it is a blight on the careers and the credibility of YouTube predator catchers.
People have a tendency of doing this, I feel like, because they enjoy the innocence and having control of somebody. You know?
Sounds like that's what you wanted to do.
Right.
Nobody your age you could have hung out with.
No.
No women your age you could date. You had to pick on a 13-year-old girl.
Pretty much.
That's crazy,
Despite
bro.
this stuff very, very nasty, it is very interesting to hear how EDP's mind works, because he is saying that it's about control and dominance. And in this documentary, EDP talks a lot about how he wants to basically take a girl's innocence away. He wants to sleep their innocence away, but replace the word sleep with the F word. But I think it's just very telling and very revealing about the headspace EDP was in when he first got exposed for meeting up, or at least attempting to meet up with that girl, Sophia. EDP probably felt like he lacked a lot of control in his life, and to circumvent this, he sought out a child, someone who he could control, someone who he could dominate, and that's what led him ultimately to being caught in a sting operation.
You're so hot and cute and even had me off. Were you masturbating when you were talking to her?
This is what Paul was talking about.
Yeah.
You sent her pictures of your penis.
Yeah.
It's wrong.
Right, I know.
He don't give a fuck, bro. Because when this whole documentary came out, I'm like, why would he even be in his own documentary? Like, what the hell? What was he thinking, man? It don't make no damn, like, you just asking to get yourself thrown in jail. But dude, I don't know. Do y'all think this dude EDP thinks that he's gonna get clout off of this, and then one day he's gonna return to like YouTube or some streaming platform and be able to like actually benefit off of it? You think he's gonna like come back and he thinks people are actually gonna like start messing with his content again? Cause bro, like, if that's what you think, EDP, man, you're in for a rude awakening. The people are not asking this dude for a picture if they see him outside. I guarantee it, they're not. So, like, what was this for? What were you gonna gain from this?
Had Alex Rosen not botched this, you might be in prison right now.
Thank God he didn't.
Well, you could look at it two ways. Maybe prison is where you belong because of this.
Exactly.
If it was where I belong, I'd be in shackles right now. So
this is what I mean when I say this is a
dude
very
do not
candid
give a
version
fuck,
of
man.
EDP.
Like, what the heck?
He is literally
Oh my God.
bluntly admitting that he was masturbating while talking to who he presumed was a child. I just find it so mind-boggling how he's able to talk about this so casually and how he's making such light out of this situation. Especially that comment about how if he was meant to—
I think it's just more so the fact that he wasn't convicted. He wasn't, you know, arrested. So he feels like, he's that nigga, he feels like he's like, man, you gotta respect me, man. Like, I'm still standing. Like, and I think he even said that in his little documentary, but yeah, like it's more so the fact that like nothing happened to him. So he feels like he's the shit right now. And then the documentary came out, he knows the whole world about to see it, but it's like, bro, you gotta take accountability for your actions, and you gotta understand that like a lot of these people on the internet are not trying to see your face right now. And it's better off to just stay quiet and do your own thing, focus on yourself, and like, what I'm saying, get your life back together, bro. But yeah, this ain't the way, bro. This is not the way.
He would be in shackles right now. And here's the thing, bro. Obviously, EDP deserves to be in prison, but the reason he isn't is because of dudes like Alex Rosen. And because he botched the predator catch so badly, now EDP can be smug about the fact that he's a free man, despite the fact that he was and still is attracted to underage girls. But let's allow Alex Rosen to give an explanation.
But what accountability can you take in the fact that EDP is free today?
That's crazy to me how like, if he's still letting people know that he's attracted to underage girls and stuff like that, how can they not do nothing about it? Like, I wonder what law makes it to where they can't even do nothing about it or whatever. That's the whole confusing part for me. But like, I'm gonna do more digging. I'm gonna find out what that's about. But yeah, like he didn't get convicted for that, but he can still say all these little weird comments and still be free, and it's all on camera. Andrew Tate is he's getting grilled for saying things on camera today as we speak, for things that he said on camera years ago. So it's like, is it because like they're in different states? Like, I'm just trying to understand that part.
Well, yeah. I mean, I myself could have done a better job of saying, instead of trying to just like, stand my ground, be bullish, standoffish, infinitely more stuff that I could have done to try to make him, to at least put in more effort into hoping that he gets arrested. But, I can confidently say that predator poachers have been responsible for getting like infinitely sicker people in EDP off the streets, and EDP played a part in teaching us that lesson on how to do that.
My thoughts on Alex Rosen is I feel like he's a piece of shit.
So I ended that clip on EDP saying that Alex Rosen is a piece of shit, because in that one particular instance, EDP is correct. Now, he's not correct for the reasoning that he gives, because he tries to basically turn it into a pity party about how Alex Rosen ruined his life, but we all know that EDP ruined his own life. We need to be honest about Alex Rosen. Alex Rosen botching the EDP catch was one of the most historic failures I've ever seen, and that's exactly why he's a piece of shit, because if y'all remember, he was advertising this thing for a very long time. He didn't immediately drop the video, and then when he finally dropped it, nothing ever happened to EDP. So while yes, he may have improved since this catch, this is still a blight on his career and his legacy, because we're in a future where EDP is just casually admitting to all the crimes that he's committed. And that's partly because Alex Rosen didn't lock in and get him arrested when he had the opportunity.
That was one thing too. Like, EDP was probably one of the only predators that I've seen get away, and he's the biggest one. I don't understand that logic, how that worked. Yeah, I seen the video from years ago though, and the way that whole thing was done, it seemed like it was ran by people who didn't really know what the heck they were doing, bro. And like, people say that this dude's good at getting predators off the streets and stuff like that, but the way they handled that one, it didn't look like it. It wasn't a good yeah, man. Y'all give y'all thoughts about this in the comments down below. We're gonna dive into more of this. We're gonna see what's up with that.
Opportunity.
I do not have a sexual attraction to 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. Now, mind you, motherfucker, if you 16 or 17, nigga, and you got your titties bulging out, a motherfucker might actually whack off to your pictures a few times.
And this is the last clip.
Bro, see, now that's not what's going on, bro. That's what's going on with people like you, because you whack off every day. Like, he even made videos talking about it in the past, bro. So it's like you're just projecting your thoughts onto the internet. But yeah, bro, like that's not in any way, shape, or form okay, bro. Heck no. When you meet these women, ask them what their age is, just for caution, for your own good and stuff. Make sure that you're not doing nothing weird and retarded. This girl told EDP that she was 13 and he just kept texting her. So it's like very understandable as to why like this dude needs to be like canceled. So you know what I'm saying? It's not right. Don't become like this, man.
I'm going to show you guys when it comes to EDP just being very casual about his attraction to underage girls, because I really don't want to show you guys this in my video all that much, or I guess more than I already have, because frankly it is disgusting. And at this point we already know that EDP is a predator, but I also want to give you guys a demo so you know what to expect when you go into watching this documentary. It is very graphic, it is very disgusting, and you are going to be seeing a facet of EDP's dark and twisted mind. But I think you'll also be feeling more enraged by these vigilante predator catchers, because this is the dark side of predator catching. When these guys aren't arrested, when they aren't convicted, you have monsters roaming amongst us in society. You have monsters who are able to gleefully and casually admit that they would victimize young girls. But I think it's time we talk about Kayla Hoskins.
If it was legal, would you have had sex with Kayla Hoskins?
If it was legal, oh, I would have turned that ass out.
All right,
Ate-
wait, hold
ate
on.
her-
Hold on, bro. Hold on, man. See now, like, Jesus, bro. This dude EDP needs to be stopped, watched, and monitored. And his hard drives need to be looked through. What did I just hear, man? Bro, this dude EDP, man. Yeah, how's your fat ass even gonna do that, bro? What you need to hit is a damn treadmill, dude. That's what you need to hit, bro. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, man. Look at bro. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me do it again. Look at bro. Like, bro. I think this dude's head is bigger than my palm on my screen. Like, I'm not playing. Nah, bro. Like, what the heck am I watching? I just woke up from a nap, so it's like I'm not really like, whoa, but it's just like, bro, like, what the heck am I seeing? And then this dude like got the I'm cool face on right now. Like, why are you looking like that? Like, oh my god, bro, because you would have did it. You would have did it, bro.
My nigga made a funnel cake about her. You know what I mean?
Oh my
Is the man
god.
who Jadion intentionally invited to his Discord server, and he is also the man who Jadion allegedly encouraged Kayla Hoskins to continue talking to, just so.
Now I was seeing this, and I remember like I wasn't really watching Gideon that much at this time, but I remember like I seen when he was trying to start like or invite EDP into like a server of his or to a server, and he was asking questions or whatever. But I remember like when I seen that, I was like, bro, I don't get it. Like, Gideon wants to throw these predators in jail. It's clear as day that people aren't gonna throw EDP in jail because he's been out for like years, and you're throwing them in your server, making content out of it. Like, I even told myself, like, bro, that's just gonna lead to like him texting another person. That's just gonna lead to him texting another person. More YouTube drama, and that might even lead to her like coming out and saying something like that about Gideon. Like, yo, he was the one convincing me to keep texting these people. He was the one who told me to like try to like catch these predators. You know, he's the one who set this up. Gideon should have played his part a little bit more careful with that, because now you got a young girl saying that you made her a victim. Like, and like a lot of people are fans of Gideon. There's still like a lot of people are not gonna listen to that. They're not going to listen to that. They're going to be like, nah, she just lying for clout, attention, and stuff like that.
He could get a video, just so he could get content.
My name is Kayla Hoskins.
And if you did that, no,
and
man, that's
June
not.
2023, I received an Instagram DM from EDP445, otherwise known as Bryant. I first replied to EDP because I always reply to anyone who messages me. And
then you're saying EDP messaged you, but I thought the whole story was that you reached out to try to catch his ass. So, like, which one is it? You feel what I'm saying?
I didn't know who he was, but I freaked out because he told
Like,
me
it's
he was
just cringe.
suicidal. And sooner rather than later, he started sending very flirtatious messages. A while later, Jadion added EDP into his Discord, filled with kids, for a Q&A.
I'm showing this clip first because this
Yeah.
contradicts the story.
See, I remember
Jadion
this.
and
I
his
remember
manager
all
have
this
been
when it was
saying.
going on.
They've made the claim that Kayla reached out to EDP first to be a decoy. But this is Kayla
Exactly, right?
telling us that EDP reached out to her first and she replied. And if you be
So it like don't make sense. It's like, let's just
keeping up with Kayla, you would know that this has been her story the entire time. And in my personal opinion, the fact that Jadion and his manager have been trying to change the story into her reaching out
That's what I'm
first, that's been
saying.
covered. Allegedly, of course. I think this
like, bro, because if that's true, that just like makes Gideon look terrible. Because what's it called? wasn't he recently like he stopped doing pred catches recently and then started like, you know, he wants to become he was moving like on that Christian stuff. He was even like doing Bible verses on his channel, if I'm not mistaken. Like, come on, Gideon, man. Like something told me that was like a like just a clout stuff. Like I don't kind of like how Kai Cenat got off YouTube and then he was like reading books or making books or whatever. It gave off the same type of vibe. I'm like, bro, I get it. Like I get it. You believe in God and stuff like that, and you're a man of God, but you need to like. That has nothing to do with what's going on right now with this content stuff, man. You wasn't ever making content like this, bro. And none of your fans were watching you for this, and it sounded like a little bit like he was trying to do it for something. He was trying to prove to somebody something. Yeah, I don't know, bro. Y'all give y'all thoughts down below about that, man. Let's get into this, bro. We're finishing this reaction. Oh yeah, and like I'm not really worried about my PC shutting off today or nothing like that because like it's been acting normal pretty much today. It's been acting normal, and my OBS usually does this thing where like when I start it up, it's all choppy, laggy, and then it'll say my encoder is overloaded and but it ain't been saying that lately since I went through the settings and fixed it.
Discord that is full of minors, but EDP also found a girl to victimize within Gideon's Discord. And the only reason that he would do this is because Gideon invited him in the first place. But if Gideon and his manager
oh well, yeah, that but
hit him up first,
Gideon did it for clout. What I'm trying to say.
They can paint Kayla as an immature kid who just wanted clout. Skeeter Gene literally does that in this documentary.
And if that's what Gideon wanted to do, bro, bro, that's. And then I was reading things in the thing that said that he's also friends with pedophiles. He this, he that. I think Skeeter was even like in on like the cover up about, you know, like the little cover up that they did on the 15-year-old or the 16-year-old. Like Skeeter knew about that. So it's like, yo, if y'all are over here covering shit up and man, I don't want to watch y'all, bro. I don't want to watch y'all because it feels like y'all stuff is fake, staged, and like y'all don't be doing the right things anyway. Like, what the hell am I watching this shit for? And this dude does it all the time. He be milking that pred chase content, that predator catch content. Like, do your thing, bro. People like those videos, bro. But if it's not real and authentic, get up out of here with that shit. I'm just being real with you, dude.
YouTubers try to do whenever you push back against them or criticize them. They say you're clout chasing or you're just trying to profit or you're trying to gain something from calling them out. It's always the same MO. But let's continue.
In what way were you his puppet?
I feel like I was his puppet because I was just like kind of doing the things he demanded me to do. I feel like I am a victim of Gideon because he encouraged me to keep talking to a pedophile.
I'm pretty sure Kayla was 15 years old when all of this was
That's a bad look, bro. You said that. He was the one convincing you to talk to. I'm sure some people are going to be like, yo, if EDP DM'd her and she was texting back, how did Gideon convince her to do it? But I think that all started when, you know, the dude brought people in the Discord, brought people into his Discord server. I think that's when it started. But shoot, man, this whole situation's all over the place. But I feel like this is the type of thing where like you shouldn't have like people be trying to take everything into like they try to take actions into their own hands. And that's what usually leads to everything like going out of proportion. It leading into like, bro, it's a whole big documentary now because of all this crap. Do you think anybody got paid off of this? Do you think it got monetized? But dude, like, oh my God, it's just bad looks.
And now that she is 18 years old, she is telling us in this documentary she feels like she was a victim of Gideon because he encouraged her to talk to EDP 445. And if you watch this documentary, you'll see just how deranged he is. And that really puts into perspective just how immature and just how irresponsible. And watch this documentary, you'll see just how deranged he is. And that really puts into perspective just how.
Cause I remember didn't DH himself and Gideon kind of get into like a little problem over this back in the past? I'm pretty sure it happened. That's how I discovered FDH. Yeah, he was involved with this, wasn't he? 'Cause I do remember that. I remember watching like Astro Dior reacting to the video. He was like, LDH on this one. I hope he brings up the situation again so like we could like reanalyze it. But yeah, bro, this dude, like, bro. This dude's on game. He's on point with everything he's saying right now.
how irresponsible it was for Jadeon to encourage this young lady to talk to a predator. And Jadeon had a lot of influence. He
Yeah,
still
like-
has a lot of influence. So for him to be using his influence in this way is just really concerning. And it's really concerning because these are the same exact criticisms that people have had for this guy for all this time. And with this new documentary, now we can see that all of these criticisms that he ignored led to him encouraging, allegedly, a 15-year-old to continue talking to EDP.
And then when you see all these other
But let
pred
me
chases
show
on
y'all
this
this
channel,
last
that
part
got you
that I think
thinking,
is
like,
honestly
don't you think he
really
might have did
insane.
that with these
So,
other
I'd like to let the
victims
viewers
that, you know,
know
these
that
people
I
done
don't know what
texted?
they're gonna say, but don't believe it.
Like, if he's doing that with people like her, you don't think that he's done this to other people that just probably haven't said nothing yet? Like, you feel what I'm saying? I believe that to be the case. It would make a lot of sense if it was. So it's like, you know.
Because I have proof. I'm just too scared to show the proof because Jadeon has a big audience and I don't want them to attack me.
Now, before I finish this clip, I actually had to step in and give my 2 cents here because I can tell you guys firsthand, this is exactly what Jadeon's audience will do. All of you guys, as my subscribers, know that when I critiqued Jadeon, immediately I was called a predator by his fans, and Jadeon weaponized his fan base to silence.
I was there for
Now,
that. I
also wanna
remember
say that
this.
in a now deleted stream by Jadeon, he reacted to the video that Kayla Hoskins made on him, and he did this on stream. And after reacting to this video on stream, his fans went to harass her in the comment section. And right now on screen, I have a little
Lying on somebody's name and faking it police reporters and saying, I get you're young and things happen, but making somebody else out to be the bad guy in a case like this when you were actually the source of why this whole thing happened is insane and manipulated as fuck. I hope you can leave and grow from this and never lie and paint somebody else to be the bad guy when you're the issue. Yeah, you got all these comments, liar, pants on fire. Da, 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 da. Go Dion, just expose you, liar. Yeah, bro. See, man. And if she's saying she got proof, it's like she should show that. She should show that, bro. But at the end of the day, these young girls don't need anybody harassing them. Yeah, when I first got on YouTube, bro, I'm not gonna lie, like I seen how that shit was, and you know, I decided to take the chill route and just not be getting into beefs with people like that. Like I remember I've made a video talking about another YouTuber, another content creator, and a situation that had happened. The dude sent all of his like moderators, and the thing is, it wasn't really even his fans; it was like his moderators and stuff like that. But dude sends them to my channel to like start throwing like just like talking down on my channel, making disses on me. So it was like getting annoying and stuff like that. And then like I made a video talking about all the stuff he was doing and whatnot. Like, oh, it just keeps happening. A lot of stuff happened, but you know what I'm saying? I'm over that now. Yeah, and duty, yeah, it's like, bro, it's just better to stay off the internet and stay off like the drama stuff. But yeah, bro, it's not right when you actually telling the truth about something. You're actually like giving your side of a story, and then just because the people got so many fans and stuff like that, they're not siding with you. They're not listening to nothing you gotta say, and they're just calling you a liar. He uses Christianity to cover up his tracks. He quit YouTube because of the EDP situation. He hates Jake Paul. That's crazy, bro. Like they shoot, man. Like
she's a victim. I think she's kind of using the whole situation as leverage to gain followers a little bit.
Before I talk about her laundry list of claims, let's just get something out the way. This goon Skeeter Jean is talking about her using this for a music career and her using this to leverage followers or whatever. But here's the thing. I didn't even know that Kayla was making music prior to Skeeter Jean saying
yeah,
this.
I didn't even know that either. Yeah.
There's no benefit to critiquing or calling out predator catchers on YouTube because all you will be met with is predator allegations. The only reason you will be calling these guys out is if you have a good enough reason. When I was beefing with Jadeon before the internet turned on him, I was met with being called a predator. When I initially critiqued Jadeon when I was 17 and still a minor, I was getting harassed. I didn't even gain anything other than like a couple $100s from the hour-long response video I made. So I say it to say, long term, I really didn't benefit from beefing with Jadeon when I was 17. And the second time, even though I got a lot of eyes on my videos, I was just being called a predator, and I was being called a lot of names, and I was being harassed up until the internet turned on him. The benefits do not outweigh the cons of critiquing a YouTube vigilante predator catcher. Prior to the internet turning on Jadion, if you critique this guy, he would go on stream, highlight your channel, and then galvanize his audience to harass you into oblivion. What do you gain as a smaller creator?
And then you was sitting there calling yourself a Christian and stuff like that. Like, I don't get it. Like, come on. I'm the type of person that, like, if people are talking on me or they're coming to my channel and doing stuff like that, I'm just not gonna give them any clout. But if they're doing it for like a long time, if it just keeps happening, it will not stop, it's getting so annoying, then I'll usually make a video like talking about it or like getting on their ass. But usually, like, I don't like to be giving people clout. Like, I don't really like to give people that type of handout in my eyes. So usually I just wouldn't acknowledge it. I'll delete it. I'll ignore it, because that's just what I do. I just know that that's the internet and that's the way the internet is. So that's most likely how I'll move about something like that.
Up against that. Once again, just using myself as an example, before the internet turned on Jadion, yes, I was getting some views, but most of those people were hating on me. And at the end of the day, we are human. Having an armada of children calling you a predator does not feel nice. And in Kayla's case, she did not benefit from that long term. The video only has 10,000 views as of me recording this, and part of that reason is because Jadion showcased her video to his audience in order to weaponize them. The reason I feel so strongly about this is because big creators always weaponize the clout chasing card as a shield against any and all criticism, and I'm just really tired of hearing it because it's so disingenuous. They never engage with the contents of what you're saying, they just blindly label you as a clout chaser, and Jadion tried to do this to me when we were beefing. So in a way, I do feel like a kindred spirit to Kayla because he did the same exact thing to her. He showed her video on his stream, galvanized his fans, and then had them harass her into oblivion. That guy is evil, no cap. And as for some of these claims, Jadion is a scam artist, factual. Jadion is being controlled by the Illuminati, potentially. Jadion is friends with multiple. That one, I don't know about. If y'all know about that, let me know. But that is a pretty big claim to be made by Kayla. But who knows, maybe in the future, I'll have some information on that. Stay tuned. But let's watch this final part that I want to show you. And it's Kayla basically addressing the whole opportunist narrative.
Personally, am I an opportunist? Yes, I am. But I don't think there's anything wrong with that, as long as you're not harming anybody. And I don't think I was harming anybody. And especially when you're my age, if you're 16, people are gonna think that you're young and dumb. So you kind of have to be an opportunist. You have to make your own opportunities. You cannot be waiting for them. But this entire situation was not that at all.
And low-key, I don't think there's anything wrong with what she's saying. All she's saying is that as a young person, you gotta go and get your opportunities. You gotta make your opportunities.
Yeah.
This particular circumstance, this was not her trying to make an opportunity. And I think she had to clarify this because, once again, these big creators love using the whole you're clout chasing as like buzzword soup. It's their go-to excuse when it comes to defending themselves against criticism. Jadion tried to use it against me. Skeeter Jean tried to use it against her. I see why she had to explicitly state this. And I really implore you guys to not just take their words at face value.
Yeah, bro, like a lot of these creators, bro, like I'm not gonna lie to you, man. You're seeing what they want you to see. You're watching their channel. A scene could be cut a little bit or cut up, and bro, you don't know what was going on in between them scenes. Like where you don't know what was going on in them scenes that he cut out. I mean, something bad could have happened. He could have said something he shouldn't have said, or like But it's just like, yeah, bro. I feel like Gideon's gonna have to come out and like explain that part. He does owe his fans a little bit of an explanation on that, because I remember some people were calling him out on shit like this back in the past, and even DH was doing it. And this dude, he was a Christian man, the saint. He was a good guy. So it's like we gotta see what that's about. But yeah, man, y'all let me know your thoughts on this, man.
They're doing it for the money, which wouldn't be an entirely bad thing if they at least took their work seriously.
That's true, yeah. Look at this, bro. I remember this. I remember when I watched this, I was like, bro, okay, are you serious, dude? Bring him to a boxing match. And he's trying to get that money, man. That thing almost 30 minutes long. He made a whole TV show out of this stuff. Like,
year, it's clear to them that this is just spectacle. And the thing with spectacle is that they have to make it even bigger because that's how you get the most views. But with all of that being said, this documentary was indeed a crazy watch.
Bro, go watch that thing for yourselves and y'all let me know your thoughts. And then after that, you know, let me know your thoughts on this video. I will expect you to, yeah, do that because, bro, I'd rather you go watch it first and then come over here, watch the thoughts, and then let me know your thoughts. But that whole documentary was crazy, man. I'm pretty sure like damn near the whole world saw that. So yeah, it's just gonna be one of them things that like, yeah, bro, y'all shoot, y'all need to understand like the internet is not nothing to mess with, man. The whole internet found out about this. They got on his ass. I mean, he thinks that he's the shit now, and he, you know, he could say what he wants because they couldn't arrest him. But yeah, I mean, if what that girl said's true and that he's being investigated, then shoot, I don't know. Maybe he did all this for nothing. Like I said, Andrew Tate, he might not be able to like be free much longer because of the stuff that was going out and like what he was saying on camera years ago. Don't think it won't end up the same way for EDP. But thank you guys for watching. Leave your like, subscribe, comment down below. Let me know what else you want to see me react to. Check out my socials. Make sure, you know, if you're trying to play some free games, earn some free money, hit that link down below and download Tester Up and go ahead and do that. Thank you guys if you stuck around this long and you watched the video. Peace.